It's New Year Thursday! Woo! And this week we're going all the way over to Massachusetts. East Coast, bitches.
Straight
What's
out
up?
of Massachusetts.
We're trying to spread around the love around the country a little bit more.
Spreading my love.
Yes, we are spreading your love.
We're not just spreading your love, we're spreading the Clown Shoes love.
Clown Shoes love. Clown Shoes is a fairly, I don't want to say popular, but fairly well-known beer.
They definitely have made a lot of noise.
They've made a lot of noise.
Sure.
There's some semi-controversial labels that have created quite a stir, and so that's kind of given them the press to kind of say, hey, our beer also tastes pretty good, and it does.
That's true.
They do some really good beers. And so this week we're doing their chocolate stout, which I didn't even look at the name. That's where I'm at. Chocolate Sombrero. It's a Mexican-style chocolate stout, which means it's got chilies in it. Who's going to open it?
Chili's, bitches.
So, oh my, that's like a bad chain restaurant.
Chili's, bitches?
That's like the ghetto Chili's.
Chili's, bitches. It's not Chili's, it's Chili's, bitches.
Chili's,
You only
bitches.
find those in the video.
We got margaritas. What?
We don't got that Cadillac shit.
Yeah, so I'm a little bit out of it because I've been moving all day. And I don't mean just like moving in general. I mean actually lifting large, heavy objects and carrying them upstairs.
I've been doing a lot more physical motion.
I've been actually moving physically.
As opposed to the days you don't move.
I spent most of the day doing this.
Steve,
You were doing the Harlem Shake?
Just alone in my office, yeah.
So I sit in your office going...
I do chair dance in my office, which kind of gets a little bit embarrassing, especially when I got some Lady Gaga
gave
going
myself
on.
a larger pour, so cheers.
That's all right. Cheers. Cheers to John's larger pours. That smells really good.
Use some cream for that shit. Exactly. You have really huge pores.
I actually do.
Really great chocolate aroma right off the
Yeah,
bat.
it's nice. It's nice and soft.
There's a little bit of the hint of the chili on there, the aroma.
Little dash of spice in the nose, yeah. Yeah,
It's almost like, well, no, you know what? I take that back. It's not the chili, it's the cinnamon. I'm getting cinnamon on the nose.
All right, this is made with chilies, chocolate, cinnamon, and vanilla.
vanilla extract, yeah.
No.
Yeah, they really...
And I can get a little bit of the vanilla extract on the nose as well, which is surprising to me because usually that seems to be like an overpowering aroma.
Yeah, it's really nicely well
balanced.
It's well blended together. I mean, it's very cohesive. You know, there isn't one thing that's really
Yeah, a lot of
popping out more
times
than another.
when I hear extract in a beer, it's usually overdone. You know, cherry extract or whatever, and this isn't like that at all.
Anytime you try to create a flavor, you overcompensate for that flavor.
Right. It's like, I want to make a vanilla stout. And some places have made vanilla stouts that,
It's like, there's all that vanilla. There it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Congratulations, you hit that flavor profile perfectly.
We're going to let this sit for 6 months and hopefully that goes away.
You have to age
All
it.
that hard work you spent putting vanilla in it, yeah, I'm just going to age it and let it fall out.
But this is very pleasant.
You know, it's nice because it's kind of weird because the flavor is a little unexpected compared to the aroma. I mean, I think I get a lot more of the cinnamon, a lot more of the chili.
I expected a lot more chocolate off this beer than what I'm getting. And I say that in a good way. Because chocolate stouts to me have a tendency to, as we were just talking about, being a little overpowering. Like, here's all this chocolate because it's a chocolate stout. Yeah.
Hershey bar in your face.
Right. And, you know, not to mention any names, Southern Tier, which is a great beer.
The beer's called chocolate.
No, I know. They do it intentionally, but I mean, that's like a prime example. Anyway.
How can you hate on that?
I'm not hating on it. No, I'm just saying, like, that's a prime example of that flavor profile.
Let's make a beer that tastes like chocolate and call it chocolate. And Steve's like, yeah, too much chocolate. What?
It is a little bit like drinking a bottle of Hershey's syrup.
I'm just sticking up for Southern Tier. They do what they do well.
Well, no, like their creme brulee tastes like creme brulee. Like they're like the Willy Wonka of brewers.
That was a bad brewery to use, I think.
I know, that's fine.
Analogy.
Fine. The chocolate on this is really nice, really subdued. It's almost like a dark chocolate flavor.
Yeah,
it's not,
definitely.
It's not like the milk chocolate flavor. It's a dark chocolate flavor. You get a nice little bit of that cinnamon note on the flavor. The vanilla kind of comes in at the end and says, hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah, like back third.
Yeah, it's like, it's just, everything about this beer just tells me that they really put a lot of thought into balancing it out and getting the flavors to play together nicely.
Yeah, this is really, really nice. You know, and like I said, I've had a couple. I've had the muffin top. I've had what is it, the penultimate dragon or
the Black Unicorn.
Yes, yes, the Imperial Stout.
Yeah. I can't pronounce
the Blakehorn Unidragon.
Yeah, Blakehorn Unidragon.
I believe, which was another really nice beer. And so, I mean,
and then
really
the Superhero IPA was interesting. I don't want to like say I liked it or didn't like it because it was a beer that was brought in by somebody else who traded it that did this. You know, like the beer made some rounds, and so I was like, okay, it's an IPA, so I'm not going to judge it. But it still had a good flavor profile, but it was like. It was clearly not fresh.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, all right.
Yeah, so you're withholding.
Yeah, so I'm not going to say yes or no to it. Like, I think it had a good flavor profile. I think if I could extrapolate what it would taste like fresh, I would say it would taste really good.
Right.
So.
Well, but then again, I mean, the muffin top that I had, that's their. They say it's like a triple IPA, TRIPEL, because it's like a Belgian IPA. And the examples that I've had have been pretty fresh because it has a really nice hop profile to it. So.
Well, they're out here now in California, right?
Yeah, they just came into California.
That's cool.
So yeah, so I mean, and that's a nice thing that we're starting to see some distribution from the East Coast, and so you know, for all you guys out the East Coast that have been, you know, hey, do some East Coast beers. We're working on it. We're doing it.
We're trying.
This is for you people.
Yeah. If anyone wants to help us with
Hugs.
Yes.
Probably.
I think now is a good time to
let's go see what Bill's doing.
get some hugs and go to Master Pairings.
All right.
All right.
Hey everyone, welcome to another Master Pairing with me, your host, Bill Sysak. John Holzer back again. Hey John. Today, once again, going with that kind of comfort food, late night eats. We have some very nice Carne Asada burritos.
I am a burrito
means
fan.
beef. Carnitas would be pork, for those of you who are not savvy.
Pollo.
To Espanol. Oh.
Pollo is the chicken.
Yes. Anyways.
You sound really white right now.
We do.
Pollo.
Of course we do. So it's a carne asada burrito, delicious. And with that, we're going to do some Ruthless Rye from Sierra Nevada.
Nice.
It's a great IPA, but with the rye bill, it gives us spicy, peppery notes too. So it's really well-rounded. And quite delicious. And it's going to go really well with this burrito.
Yeah, I think by way of IPAs, obviously this has some hop dominance on it, but the rye really sets it apart and makes it kind of a really well balanced.
Well, one of my first favorite IPAs was Celebration. And that definitely is more amber-like than a lot of other IPAs. And this, to me, has always been an extrapolation of that. So, cheers.
Cheers.
So I was really happy when they came out with this last year.
It's the second time it's come out, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great hops. It's a twist, to me, it's a twist on a really hoppy amber ale because the rye comes in as one of the major components in the malt bill. And so you get the hops, but yet you get a nice backbone of malt.
Yeah, when I think of this beer, I think of a maltiness from it more than anything else.
But still, it fit. You know, if you're craving an IPA, this will work in a pinch, no problem.
Oh yeah, not even in a pinch. Great. It's just a great beer all the way around.
So let's see. I heard these are good. Let's see. Meat's uber tender, but of course, you know, I've got to go in with a little extraneous.
Without the sriracha.
I'm just loading up for the next. I'm going to try it straight up.
Okay.
Yeah, the rye, you know, a lot of times I wouldn't do an IPA with, even though I do it with spicy foods, this burrito is not necessarily spicy prior to the sriracha. And you have a grilled meat, but the rye being, the SRM of the rye bringing the malt characteristics into play really plays well with the meat. So
yeah, I mean, after you drink the beer, it has like a residual sweetness. Also, it's pretty bitter too. It's, I think, complementary to the burrito. Have some of that sriracha.
Sriracha definitely doesn't hurt anything. It's a sweet chili paste, hot sauce. So with the bitterness aspect of the IPA, obviously it follows that regimen that I always talk about, the subtle front and mid palate and the accentuated heat on the back palate.
Oh, wow.
But it also works really well with like I said, with the rye and the pepperiness. Goes beautifully with this. So, sorry, it's a good burrito. I'm taking another bite.
Yeah. The spice on that really just kind of, I mean, the beer mellows everything out. It's really well balanced, everything.
IPAs are great. And when you get into something like an amber ale, I really love ambery IPAs like this on top of that because, for example, I just had a big bite of onion. It was sweet onion, but there's a little onion heat. Still plays beautifully with this. Amber ales and pale ales, I feel, can really cover a broad range of especially pub type food or late night foods like this. And what I'm getting to by doing things like chicken wings and burritos is, sure, I like to eat great food and fine food, but there's a reason, you know, a lot of times you want to have a burrito at night or in the afternoon, you know, when you're watching football or whatever. And so I want to make these really simple pairings that people can just go, burrito. Oh, well, if I'm going to go spicy, I can go IPA. If I'm going to go more with a red meat like beef, just do an amber ale, and it's going to work beautifully. Amber ales work great with pizza. This beer would work great with pizza.
Yeah, because normally with Mexican food as a whole, you know, the first thing people think just by default is some kind of Mexican lager to go along with it. And even if it's like an actual Mexican beer, you know, that's got more of a maltier grain bill, like a Modelo, Modelo Negro or something like that, you know, that's good. But this is definitely, I think, better, and it's a different spin on that whole thing.
So a Viennese lager, which is what you're talking about with this, is amber, because I remember a lot of Austrians and Germans migrated to Mexico, and so that's where a lot of their brewing culture is from. When you do those like Dos Equis and things like that, they're much better than the Pacificos or Coronas because those are just kind of your fizzy yellow versions down south. Whereas with the malt background, it helps to add to the flavor profile of those beers. And so it really excels when you're pairing it with food. Likewise, the rye IPA has the great characteristics of an IPA, but also that malt background balance.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. It's very similar to something like that, but you do get that extra hop kick at the end.
You can definitely find IPAs that are really balanced malt and hops, and being a hop head, I find those a little lacking. But the Ruthless Rye gives you that big kick of hops and yet has a malt background. So that's what's really fun about it. So that's what I really enjoy. And I think it's a fabulous beer. Sierra Nevada did a great job. And the burrito is actually pretty good. John liked it. So anyways, I really like it. And, you know, sriracha. Hey, Randy. It's always a good thing.
I mean, just made it perfect. Yeah.
Anyways, John, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you, Bill.
Cheers, everyone.
And we're back.
That was awesome.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well played.
That was my inner, was it Ron Burgundy? Is that his name?
Yeah. John smells of, you know, rich leather or rich mahogany and
leather-bound books.
Leather-bound books.
Yes.
Scotch.
To quote Brad Cole.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that movie again because I just misquoted it.
Yeah,
that's a sin.
Well, I fixed it for you.
Yes.
Well done.
But my thoughts on this beer. I think everything about it is balance. It's a nice stout. There's a nice chili character there. I don't think it's any kind of a heat thing happening. It's more of a flavor thing that kind of blends in with everything else.
Just a tiny hint of zip.
Really? Well,
just a little bit.
But I think that's more the cinnamon, I think, than the spice for me, because like it's almost like a hot tamale more than it is. You know, the hot tamale candy.
Right.
Like you get the same kind of zip you'd get off the hot tamale candy or like a Red Hot because it's all that cinnamon.
I think the cinnamon. That's actually, I'm sure this isn't the first time it's been done, but using cinnamon with chilies kind of makes sense. You know, for sure.
Yeah,
because it's a spicy.
Well, that's I think what it was one of the vertical epics.
Probably.
Like 11.
Yeah, it was. They did like
the cinnamon with
that was chilies, but
not Serrano, but the green
Anaheim
chilies.
Anaheim
chilies and cinnamon.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
But I think the chocolate on it is, you know, it's on the nose a little bit, and you can kind of taste. I think, like I said, I mean, I can't say anything bad about this. I would want this in like smaller format bottles so I could like drink it.
Like a 12er, yeah.
You know.
Well, I think that this is just on the level of where like this would be a good night for me. Like if I was sitting by myself, open this up and drank it, like I wouldn't have to drink it within like an hour. Like I could see like this bottle lasting me for an hour and a half.
You see it progress.
Right, and the temperature differentials and whatever. And it's not so thick and syrupy that I'm going to get tired of it. You know, I'm going to enjoy drinking it through the whole night.
It's well done.
Yeah, it's a really well made beer. Yeah,
it's a nice mouthfeel. It's not too sweet. It's not too dry. It's not too hoppy. You know, it's.
And we're going to open the other one. Yes, we are.
Kind of just. It's walking that line.
Well, and this was a great night for us to do this beer because since I was moving, and the universe hates me. It decided like, oh, I'm gonna make it 40 degrees and it's gonna rain all day. Thanks, universe.
I brewed today.
How about you go fuck yourself?
Wow, there's some serious universe hate going on right now.
Well, we need water though.
Yeah, but not the day that it rains 10 days a year in California. It's got to pick the day I'm moving.
It's winter. On pint night. Winter. It's always on a pint night.
Yeah, so I was like all day today. I was like at my office when I'm like, I hate the universe right now.
Nature.
Yeah. So anyway, but whatever. I've moved, and
Could have been worse. It could have been a monsoon.
It was actually hailing.
Was it really?
Yeah. Oh, Chris! I was brewing a beer with my buddy Chris, and the hood of his car had
been on the show before.
Chains.
Had enough ice on it to look like snow, but it was slush.
Nice. Yeah. Wow.
Weird, but
nice.
Off topic.
Well, no, it's great because we get snow and we do an IRS.
Exactly.
So not really an IRS, but a chocolate stout.
Well, it's up there, 9%.
Yeah, it's getting in that realm.
I wouldn't call it Russian though.
it's a MIS.
It's not Mexican, it's not Russian.
It's a Mexican Imperial Stout.
Hey, it's not bad. I think you should coin that.
I don't think I should.
No.
I really don't think that I should
don't have the
that at all. Yeah,
no. Rights to that. Okay, that's fair.
So anyway, thank you very much for joining us again. As always, until next time, stay safe and drink beer.